down. Yeah, I'm gonna wash my face. Right, let's move this camera and turn down the ring lights because I am searing my retinas. Hi, I'm Alex, and this is my life savings. Some of my friends are getting married, some of my friends are having babies, and I'm buying laptops and starting my career from scratch. So I've been debating getting a new MacBook Pro since I spilt coffee in this guy 5 years ago. This is a 2013 MacBook Pro, so it's almost 7 years old. By some miracle of God, it is still alive. I don't know, it has a will to not die, but that's a whole saga, and you guys aren't here for that. You're here to watch me open a box. You ready? I'm not ready. I've been tracking the absolute crap out of this, and for some reason, I'm just still not prepared. Ooh, this is satisfying though. Unfortunately, I made customizations to this, so it meant I had to wait for the package to be delivered from China, which of course takes a long time because of the whole corona situation. But if you're gonna order one, you don't wanna customize it, you can get it in like 1 or 2 days. Pretty fast postage. Ooh. All right, so it's been, 7 years since I've unboxed a MacBook. This is heavy. Oh, look at how small those bezels are. Look at that. I'm worried I'm gonna... I'm so excited. I feel like I'm too excited. I feel a bit like I just seen when she's opening things and she's like, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, that's just satisfying. Oh, nothing is quite as good as opening a new laptop. So I'm kind of worried that I'm going to drop this, so maybe we should move down to the floor. Alright, let's begin with specs. I start off with the second option available on the website, the 2.3 GHz, 8 core, 1 terabyte, etc, etc. Which of course starts with 8 cores instead of 6, and 1 terabyte hard drive instead of 512 gigabytes. This piece of shit only has 4 cores. Pathetic. Actually, I need that, it's got my notes on it. Don't worry, I threw it on a bed. So I decided to up the memory/RAM from 16 gigabytes to 32 gigabytes, and then up the dedicated graphics from 4 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes. And yeah, it was really expensive, but I did manage to score a friends and family Apple discount, so it was slightly less expensive. So pretty much the amount of money that I saved pays for the upgrade to the RAM. Yeah. So this thing, it's a beast. Well, it's kind of a mid-level beast. All of my upgrades were somewhere in the middle, because you can spec this up to 64 gigabytes of RAM and 8 bloody terabytes of storage. 8 is crazy town, that's redonkadonk. You would never need a portable hard drive again, you could just store everything on it. Unless you're one of those people who like has 6 terabytes of porn. Those people exist. I'm not one of them. So without a discount, my configuration costs about $5,000, which seems fucking stupid. But you know what's crazy? A fully spec'd out one is $10,000. That is bonkers. I wonder how many people have actually done it though. Like how many times Apple's got the order full spec'd out, 64 gigabyte, top of the range, blah, 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 8 terabyte, etc. And they're probably just like, fuck this person. Let's stop talking and start opening. I'm gonna open it toward you. Ooh. Am I ready for this? Doesn't smell like anything yet. If you're thinking about getting one of these and you don't have access to a Apple employee, I would recommend checking out the refurbished store because they have some sick deals. Last week, there was one and it was just the base model, but it was $500 off. That's good. Ooh, Nelly. Ooh. I want to get my dirty fingerprints on this. This is too good for me. You're too good for me. Oh my god, it's so sleek. I'm getting my dirty fingerprints all over it. Oh my god. Is this real? Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Boot up faster. Ooh. Key travel. How's that? So that's the computer. And we're done. So also in the box, you obviously get a USB-C to USB-C charger / everything else because USB-C does everything. Sweet. Ooh, Great, tangled. All the paperwork with their little design for Apple California. And some people find this exciting. I don't really give a shit, but Space Gray Apple logo stickers. I don't think I've ever used my Apple stickers. I got them like somewhere. No, I don't. I got rid of them. Never mind. I don't know why this is so exciting. This is hefty. Ooh. Oh, it's never gonna look this fresh again. Look how clean that is. Look how clean. Oh, satisfying. How big is this compared to my current one? It is almost identical. For some reason I thought this one was bigger. Oh. Oh, it's probably bigger than the last generation because I've skipped the entire like 4th generation. This is 3rd gen and this is 5th gen. So like, whenever I watch a video, they're comparing it to the last generation and not the one from 2 generations ago. Like when they were like, oh, the bezels haven't shrunk that much. I'm like, are you kidding me? I forgot to smell it. Oh.
Pressione a tecla retorno para usar o português do Brasil como idioma.
That's Portuguese for don't fucking smell me, you creep. I'm gonna stand back up. I'm too slouchy down here. If you're watching this video, you probably already know that this was the first MacBook that Apple got rid of their terrible butterfly keyboard. Very poorly received. But anyway, now we've got keyboard travel. 1mm travel. And that makes a big difference for some reason. They tried 3 or 4 times to fix it. And I think in the end, Apple just had to admit, we really dicked this one up, guys. Let's just go back to scissor switch.
Pour utiliser le français comme langue principale, appuyez sur la touche.
Drücke die Eingabetaste, Deutsch als Standardsprache zu verwenden.
Ich werde es nicht drücken. Siri. Also, this trackpad is huge. Look at this. To be fair, when I've seen it in videos, I've felt like that is ridiculously big. But when I'm looking at it in real life, I'm like, it kind of fits. I mean, it's still big, but it doesn't look out of place big. Speaking of bigger, this doesn't actually feel that much bigger. Everyone's going on about how big it feels because compared to the previous generation, Generation 5, it is. But I had a fatty from Generation 3, so they're pretty much exactly the same size, except I was going to say this one feels slightly thinner, but it actually may not be. Let's do a closer comparison. Yeah, they're pretty much the same height. This one feels a little bit bigger. And here's a MacBook Air that I borrowed. I'm such a grub. Look at these fingerprints. Yeah, so first impressions. This feels like it's literally a millimeter, half a millimeter taller than this one. I don't have a 13-inch MacBook Pro, but if you're thinking about, should I get a 13-inch or a 16-inch? 13-inch MacBook Air is the same screen size, obviously. So like, this is the screen size difference you got that you'll be dealing with. So like 3 inches is a fair amount, you know? I just got my dirty fingerprints on the new screen, god damn it. Also, this one still has thinner bezels. This one's bezels are still quite thin, but this one is thinner. If we look at it from this perspective, there's a bit of a difference. One is definitely more portable than the other. There's probably enough comparing because this is not a comparison video, but I might do one in the future. So.
Trykk på retur-tast hvis du vil bruke norsk som hovedspråk.
I love how Norwegian sounds.
Om Nederlands als hoofdtaal te gebruiken, druk je op de Enter-toets.
And that guy's got a sexy voice.
Hvis du vil bruge dansk som hovedspråk.
Danish does not sound as good as Norwegian.
Drücke die Eingabetaste, Deutsch als Standardsprache zu verwenden.
Don't care what anyone says. German's a sexy language. All right, let's do...
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
Let's use...
To use British English as the main language, press the return key.
No offense, America, but that is a lot nicer.
To use English as the main language,
Harsh.
press...
To use British English as the main
Butler.
language.
Load faster. I paid a lot of money for you. Australsk. So I've decided to set this new one up fresh, which is very appealing to my minimalism. Because this one is like a backup of a backup of a backup of my first MacBook Pro, which fell down the stairs at uni and smashed. So it's like over 10 years worth of Macs just restoring from backups. And it's time to start a clean slate. You know, this new stage of my life, I just want to start fresh. Anyway, if anyone wants to know how to set up a MacBook to keep it minimalist and sleek, if you want some hot minimalism tips, I'm gonna put a video on my minimalism YouTube channel, which I'll link somewhere. Hey Siri, open the documents folder.
Okay, I found this on the web for open the documents folder.
Shush.
Check it out.
Dark mode. Who wants to use light mode? Freaks. They finally gifted us with dark mode and you'd use light mode? Disgusting. True tone display. Oh yeah, I can see a difference. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. Ow, my knee locked out. It does look a lot bigger on the desktop. Look at all that space. Look at that space. While I remember to mention it, apparently this has studio quality inbuilt microphones or microphone. Anyway, it's meant to be like podcast quality. I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep using my Yeti mic because it's going to be better, surely. But it's good to know that I have a backup. If I'm ever traveling and I don't have my mic with me, if I ever forget it, or if I have to just record a quick voice recording for an audition or something, it's good to know that I have that as an option. Let's give it a try though. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to announce that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much. They were the last, I forget how it goes. How did that sound? Good? We're going to try out the screen and the speakers. Now the screen is a Retina display and this was also a Retina display, but this one has P3 wide color gamut, whatever that means, and it also has 500 nits of brightness. This is where my tech knowledge gets a little bit rough. But it sounds impressive and it looks very nice. But people have just been losing their absolute minds over these speakers. Apparently they sound as good as a HomePod. I haven't listened to a HomePod since they were first released. I don't really remember, to be honest, but I mean, I assume it's great. Let's give this a listen. Why are you not loading? That already sounds really good.
I was born into this world,
Oh my God.
and my first memories of it are pain. For my kind, there was one place we were never allowed to go. Your world.
I don't know what the technical terms are
Who are you, Dolores?
for the things I'm experiencing in my ear holes. This is a good one to choose because it's like,
You've been watching.
sounds so good.
The person who took your future.
You know what, everyone hates the touch bar, but so far this is pretty cool. Instead of trying to find where it's at and move it along, which is such a hassle, you can just go blip blip, play.
I kill everyone.
This is the future. All right, let's listen to some music. Love Sia, just FYI. It just sounds so good. Anyway, moving on from that, as I mentioned just before, compared to the last generation, this is a big boy. This is a big dick boy. It's bigger than the last generation, and the reason why it's bigger is it means it can get more efficient, larger fans in underneath there. And essentially, better fans means better cooling. Better cooling means better performance out of the system. It also means that they fit a bigger battery in here, and that battery is the largest legal size you can take on an aeroplane. Impressive. So the battery in this will give you around about 11 hours of browsing the web or video playback. It probably won't give you nearly that much video editing, but it'll be better than what it used to be. So obviously I've only had about 10 minutes to play on this so far, but from what I've experienced so far, from the sensory overload that those speakers have given my ears, I love it, and it's such a good upgrade. I really love having a big gap between upgrades and just upgrading everything. The screen is lovely, the speakers are out of this world, the keyboard is fantastic, it's so satisfying. I don't know why this is so satisfying, but super satisfying, so satisfying. It's just a great laptop. The shit thing about that is that I feel like a lot of these things should have happened years ago, and I wonder if it just seems so much better because you had to deal with a lot of crap for a long time that just shouldn't have happened. I'm thinking about the people who had issues with their butterfly keyboards for years before Apple decided like, all right, let's go back to a scissor switch. The fact that the bezels are slimmer is great and this looks beautiful, but surely this could have been done years ago, and surely they could be thinner than this. I mean, I have no computer engineering, computer science qualifications, so I'm just throwing out criticism without really having much of an understanding about it. But like, surely, right? I don't know, maybe. There's a lot of things that maybe could have been fixed to begin with, and they probably should have always had a physical escape key. But I'm glad it's back. Only issues I have with it are things that you've probably heard from other people. And it's only because this is the top of the line of their Pro range. So it's just things that I think if you're gonna call it a Pro, you should probably update these things. So like the shitty camera up here. It's crap. Like, yeah, it functions, but it's crap, isn't it? Apple, it is a pro machine. Put something pro in there. And I mean, I think they could still reduce the bezels a bit more, but this is still really slim, so it's not a huge deal. The fact they've got Wi-Fi 5 in here when Wi-Fi 6 exists, like, it's the top of the range pro model. Give it the best thing out there. And then, so it's got 2 USB-Cs on one side, 2 USB-Cs on the other, which is fine. 4 will serve most people fine, but people who are high-level industry creatives use these, and I just feel like there should be more. I mean, surely in a laptop this size, you could fit 3 USB-Cs on this side and 3 on this side. Or better yet, 3 on that side, 2 on this side, and an SD card slot. And I understand not having USB-As. Like, some people are like, put a USB-A in there, but we're moving away from USB-A. USB-C is replacing USB-A, so like that's fine because they're, you know, thinking of the future. But SD cards aren't going anywhere anytime soon. And if you think about the people who use these the most, so many of the main audience of people who are going to be using a 16-inch MacBook Pro, photographers, videographers, etc., they're going to be using SD cards a lot of the time. Literally, if you improve that camera, put Wi-Fi 6 in here, put an extra USB-C on this side and an SD card slot on this side, it would be flawless. It just makes me think that maybe they thought, better not put everything into the 2019 model because that won't leave us with anything for the 2020 model. So it wouldn't surprise me if this year they fix up the camera and they add Wi-Fi 6 in here. It would surprise me if they added an extra USB-C or SD card slot, but like, we'll see what the future holds, I guess. I've got a few more videos planned for this guy, including tips on a minimalist MacBook Pro setup, so be sure to check those out when they get released. See you next time.